What is up, everybody? We are here with some Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and we're here to answer that question: should you pull on the Tifa Rebirth Beachwear banner? So if you guys are new to the channel, some things to note about how I do these videos. These are not designed around for whales or those of you who have to have everything for that specific character. If that's the case, then go ahead and pull on the banner. Just make sure that, again, that you can get to that 12th stamp card, or the 12th stamp on the stamp card to get the costume, because again, the costume is going to be the bigger prize at the end. Again, these are designed for people who are trying to figure out how to spend their crystals more wisely and decide whether this is something that should add to their arsenal or not. Alright, so if you're new to the channel though, and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, follow along with what we do here, hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts on the banner. Do you agree with my analysis, disagree? Let's start that conversation. And let's get started. So first things first, let's look at how the costume itself looks. If you played Rebirth, this does come straight from the game itself. Absolutely stunning costume for Tifa. You know, she looks great. The overall color scheme works. I love the flowers in the hair. The way her hair is done looks amazing. The gloves look awesome with this. Yeah, like the little seashell rings here, the little band here. Little sandals. So overall, this costume just looks absolutely amazing, as it did in the game itself. So no shock there. Alright, let's look at the stats then. By the way, there is also her Passion Mermaid outfit is also available in this as well. They have buffed it. I really wouldn't go for this, but they have buffed the Sun's Favor to go for up to this 15 points from 10. So you're getting 5% more HP, and the defense stays the same. Alright, back to this. So we're starting with the gear. Physical magic ward plus 15, so you're getting 20% to your physical and magic defense. The Shining Flower Pin, 10 points. This is kind of our new Elemental Arcanum. So when your attack stance command gauge is filled, you're getting 20% more to your physical ability damage. So this works more for physical than it does magic, though it will still function for magic. You just lose that 20% to your ability damage. Water ability damage is going to be plus 30%, HP plus 15%. This is fairly solid. Now, like I said, she does actually already have a water outfit. She actually has two. If you count her all elemental one. So in comparison, how does this look then? Well, if we just go to a solo or co-op parties here, Tifa, into her outfits. So this is her all elemental one. We had that New Year's Mastery where you're gonna get that 30% to your water damage, just like the one. You're losing out on the HP, and you're losing out on the 20% or extra 20% damage when the command gauge is full. This does have reprieve. And then we also had the Bunny Bustier outfit. Had the Water Blade Arcanum. This actually offers 5% more damage to the water ability. However, you don't get the HP. This offers 15 points to the boost ability for magic, which is 30%. Which is 10% more than what the physical does on the other one. So if you're running magic, you're really just losing, honestly, you're losing out on the HP, you're losing out on the defense, and you're getting more in water ability damage here. So it's kind of one of those, do you want her as a physical roll or a magic roll? We'll compare the weapons here in a little bit as well. But that is something to note, that if you already have her magic water costume, outside of looks, are you going to want her physical or magic when it comes to water? But anyway, so that's in the comparison for stats there. Like I said, you're also losing the physical and magic defense, which is a huge thing. Alright, looking at the weapon. The Shining Gloves doing the Hydro Spike. Base 5-star form, 600 physical water damage to a single enemy. P attack is going to be decreased from low to mid for 20 seconds. If your HP is 70% or more, the M attack is going to be decreased low to mid for 20 seconds as well. Offers boost P attack, water potency, and then we have the S abilities, P attack, cross, sigil. you get this thing up to OB1, 720% physical water damage, which is a nice strong hit there. However, the P attack decreases staying low to mid. M attack is also staying low to mid at that 70 seconds. It has jumped up to 25 seconds though. Or I think I said 70 seconds, 70%. It's still saying low to mid though. Your P attack is going to be 32 points. Again, yours is probably a weapon you're going to be main-handing, so you are going to get the full benefit of the 32 points. So you're going to hit that 25 point break. You're really only 3 points away from the 30%, but you are sitting at 20%. Water potency is at 15 points, so you're getting a 25% boost to your water ability damage. OB6, we see our first big increase. First damage is going to 940%. Now this already at this point has surpassed her magic weapon at OB10. So that's something to note, because the magic weapon is doing 850 magic water damage, while this does 940 at OB6. And again, that 850 magic was at OB10. Your P attack is now decreases going mid to mid, stays at 25 seconds. Again, HP 70% or more, mid to mid, 25 seconds. The boost to P attack has gone up to 40, so now you're at that 30% break, 5 points away from going up to 40%. Water potency 27, so you are officially at that 40% break, so dealing a decent amount of damage for sure. You do take this up to OB10, the stats are looking nice, 628 P attack. You're doing 1,120 physical water damage. So this alone, you're doing, what, so 270% more water damage than the magic one at OB10. Big changes do happen here though. P attack has gone from mid to high for 30 seconds. The HP threshold has dropped down to 50% from that 70%. This is a big change. And then mid to high for 30 seconds. I don't mind this happening for weapons that we are able to wishlist, these featured weapons that are not limited. I'm actually perfectly fine with OB10 starting to see these kind of spikes where we get this increase here to debuffs or buffs or things like that. It gives us a reason to to wishlist those weapons, to do the character pull, the ticket pulls and things like that. And hope for these things to drop, because at this point, before this, it was really you just saw a boost in damage and maybe a boost in the duration. But seeing the potency change at OB10, again, for featured weapons, not limited, for featured weapons, I think it's not a bad play. If they starting to do this a lot with limited weapons, I will have a problem with that. But for these weapons that we're able to wishlist and add any time we can, I think it's a good idea. Like I said, it gives us a reason to wishlist those specific weapons and to do those pulls. Boost P attack has gone to 46. You're 9 points away from being fully maxed. You're at that 40% break to your physical attack. Water potency has gone up to 39. You're 6 points away from the 70%, so you are sitting at 55%. This is the standard 46-39. Really a good spot you get yourself to is this level 8, so you would need to find a way to squeeze out another, 65, so 27 points, which really is 54 points. But there are weapons that can make that happen. You could look at it's Zach's water weapon. So we're gonna go to, here we go, so we're looking for water potency. You've got Zach's Black Whiskers. I guess the P attack's the really high one there. 39 water potency. You do have the Maritime Sword here, another 39 to water potency. One of these had a really high water potency. You've got the gloves for Tifa, which offer 44. I mean, there's ways to get yourself up there fairly quickly. These would be a good one. The feathered gloves means 39 points. Mix that together with like the with the Zac weapon, and you've got your boost. You're going to have that max physical attack and the nice boost to attack there. Of course, you could always add in one of the HP weapons as well. Let's go back to that. But yeah, so in comparison to the magic weapon here, so like I said, the bunny gloves are doing 850% magic water damage at OB10. The only buff, it's going to give a buff instead of a debuff, so this is doing a debuff. The buff that it gives is when your HP is 50% or higher, your M attack will increase from low to a max potency of high, so it's going to increase by 1 step each time. It's going to take 3 casts to get it there. That's going to be 35 seconds. It offers a magic attack of 46, which is the same as that matches the P attack here, but where the big thing happens, water potency is only 26, whereas this is 39. So this is offering more water potency at that max 10, and then it has an M attack cross sigil, so the S abilities are exactly the same. If you don't have a water potency user, or a water user, this is honestly a great banner to pull on. Tifa is a very, very strong character, especially if you can get her daffodil gloves. It's really going to boost things. Mixing that together with the shining gloves, she's going to be doing a ton of damage. Now, if you already have her magic set up, or you already have another strong water DPS, this is a tough one. I mean, obviously, if you have her magic get up, this is stronger than her magic get up, but the stuff that we've had is clearable with what we already had. Obviously, we're going to be getting some stronger stuff in the future, where something like this could come in more handy, but again, it is wishlistable, or will be wishlistable. So, as much as I like Tifa, and my God, do I love that outfit. Like I said, it's just a great looking outfit. Designed very, very, very well. I don't think I can say this is a must-pull banner. I was really hoping that her weapon, when I heard that this banner was going to be coming, I was really hoping that her weapon was going to do something just absolutely crazy. That would, really kind of go, oh, God, I got to really pull on this. But I don't know. I don't think I can say this is a must-pull banner. We've got the Dragon Quest crossover coming. We've got the 2-year anniversary coming. This banner, in its current state, does not scream FOMO. This does not scream, this is going to be better, a lot better, or equal to what we're going to see in a month to 2 months. If you got a ton of extra crystals, and like I said, you're a huge Tifa fan, go ahead and pull for this thing. Like I said, it's not bad. It's not a bad outfit. It's not a bad weapon. It's just not standout either, aside from the looks. It's not standout. So for me, I hate to say this because I really want the outfit. For me, I think this is going to be a skip. And I'd rather just kind of hold on to my crystals at this point and see what's going to come in the next month or two. Now, we have this banner through August 3rd, so that's one thing to note. We will have this for the entire month of July. Maybe we'll get some teasers of what's coming with the Dragon Quest crossover. Maybe we'll have a time to build up a lot more crystals, and I might end up pulling, but as it stands right now, I cannot recommend or suggest pulling on this banner if you've already got a strong water setup, or you're running real low on crystals like I am. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the banner. The other thing to note as well, we do have the Limited Moon ultimate weapon here. strong ultimate weapon for Red 13 guys. If you get this in the pulls, it's a great win. But again, I wouldn't just pull for the banner just to get that either. But there we go. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the banner. Do you agree with my analysis? Do you disagree with the analysis? Like I said, I think they're relying more on the look of this outfit to get people to pull than the actual overall stats of its usefulness. But anyway, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the like button. Again, comment down below your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.